Hey game makers, I am a guy called Joe, and today I'm going to be going through the Ourcade Getting Started series for creating your first phaser game in modern JavaScript. Now a little bit of background for me, I don't really have a lot of experience doing game development. Naturally, my experience with phaser itself is really just one time. So this is the second time I'm actually going to be doing phaser. So I wanted to make a video on what it looks like, or what the experience is like for a beginner to go through creating a game in phaser. That a lot of you guys who have signed up recently are just starting out, or haven't really created full games yet. So I figured it'd be nice for you to kind of see just how that process goes. So first things first, you're going to want to navigate over to the Ourcade blog and locate the Making Your First Phaser 3 Game in Modern JavaScript. These are one of the actual first posts that we did put up. You'll see it's dated January 2nd, 2020. It was created by Super Tommy. So this is based off of the original Getting Started guides that you can find on phaser.io. We kind of repurposed that to speak more in line with the modern JavaScript principles. Now, there are 5 parts to it, so there'll be 5 videos. I'm going to have 1 video per part to kind of spread it all out. So, reading through this, pretty much got to start off, with some of the basics here. So let's see. We're creating games. Official. So that's the Phaser IO tutorial. If you want to compare it. And then first step here, let's create the project. So before we create anything, one thing you're going to need is a code editor. What I'm using today is going to be Visual Studio Code, or VS Code. You can download this. It's absolutely free. Just Google it, Visual Studio Code or VS Code, and you'll find a way to download it from the official site. It works on both PC and Mac. I think there's a Linux version, probably is. Not sure, but I'm on a Mac. So if you guys have questions, just leave a comment and we'll try to figure out how we can best help you there. But yeah, so download this, open it up. You're going to see this basic there's the empty part. It's a welcome page, and then you'll need to add files to it. And this is where we're going to be working in. So over here it says we will start with the Phaser 3 Parcel template. So let's open that up into a new tab. And then this is where we're going to set up everything we need to start the development server and create production-ready files to publish. Okay, so let's see here. What is this? This is another blog post. Getting started Phaser 3 fast, painless. Okay, so maybe we'll look into that if we run into any problems. But for now, let's go over here to the new tab that we opened up for the Parcel template. Okay, so this is GitHub. If you aren't familiar with GitHub, just code versioning software, it's really good. Everybody uses it that writes code and pushes it up to the public. So, there are other ones out there, but GitHub is definitely one of the more popular ones. So there's a README file, or it's down here. Instructions. Let's see here. Prereqs. We'll need Node.js. If you haven't installed that, it's pretty easy. Just npm install Node. It's pretty easy. This one is NVM. You can use npm or NVM. I am personally going to use npm because that's what I'm a little familiar with. I don't really know the difference, so don't ask me. You can ask someone else. But let's see. So I've already done that, so I'm not going to do this part for the node, but I do need to install Parcel Bundler. So that's npm install g Parcel Bundler. So over here, going with the VS Code, let's start. We need to start a project first. Okay, maybe not. So, okay, going to want to open up terminal. So there's a little terminal thing. Open that up. That opens down here. Let me move my guy. So we are doing npm install. Actually, hold up. Does Node exist? Great. Okay. So npm. Let's see if that exists too. Great. So npm install -g. -g just stands for global. Parcel bundler. Parcel bundler. Enter. Okay, do your thing. While that does its thing, let's go a little further down here, getting started. We got to clone the repository to the local machine. Okay, so this is this guy. So we can copy that. And then that's going to create a folder named a phaser 3 parcel template. Okay, so we need to do git clone, and then the link, and then the folder name. Right. So once this is done installing Parcel Bundler, we will go ahead and create that folder. Here. To save some time while this is working, I'm going to pause it while it's installing. Okay, and we're back. So it finished installing. While you're installing it, there was a moment where everything just kind of didn't say anything. I got a little scared, like maybe something happened. Don't be afraid. Just let the thing run its course. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. So now that we're done, we're going to do git clone the link to the repository on GitHub. So let's paste that in, and then we're going to name the folder. Actually, let me check. Where am I right now? If you guys know shell commands, ls is pretty helpful. Just list everything that you have in here. So I actually have a folder myself that's dedicated to projects. So let me actually go into that. So cd change directory to projects. Okay, now that we're in there, I got a bunch of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this phaser 3. I don't know, phaser 3 parcel template. Yeah, sure, why not? Parcel template. Okay, so that's going to clone it over. Now you're going to see that we have this new folder. And we're going to do change directory again, cd space phaser 3 parcel template. All right. Now that we're in there, you can see the files with a package lock, package JSON, README, and a source. So that should mimic exactly what's up here, which looks like it does, which is perfect. Great. So we successfully cloned the repository. All right, now we got to do npm install. Install is like basically installs all the dependencies that's located in the package file. So that'll just make sure that you have everything that you need installed to run the program. So that's done. What's the next step here? We want to do start development server. Test it out. Just make sure that everything works. So start. No. Don't know what happened, but that's okay. Let's just ignore that for now because honestly, we don't really have any code in there, so whether or not it's supposed to start, different story. Let's go back over to the guide over here. So let's see, official blah blah, an HTML file. Okay, we'll spit out. Okay, entry point is the main.js file. Okay, what is this? Our code is split into multiple files for better organization, reasoning about, and reading. First, the entry point is the main.js file. Actually, let's go over here and see what we have. Okay, that's the folder we want. Okay, so we have scenes, we have hello world, index, HTML, main.js. So let's also open up the terminal again, just to make sure we have ease of access. For phaser from yep, looks like that's the right one. Okay. we're off to a good start. This looks similar to part 1 HTML from the Phaser guide. Yes, that makes sense. Moving an example. Okay, preload, create. Open that up, see what it looks like. Different class. Structure, it's got a preload, it's got a create. Different functions. Don't see the update in here, but maybe we'll just have to create that our So, okay. In JavaScript, we use the import syntax to reference the project files and external libraries. Yep, that makes sense. We're importing Phaser there so that we can have a separate file for that and then reuse it in the other files that we have. Okay. Phaser guy adds the library files as a separate script tag in the index HTML file. Makes sense. That's different. It's not modern JS. Okay. Scenes. Scene property in the config object is an array. Okay. Scene. Includes the preload and create functions. We're going to keep updates because we won't be using it. Oh, what do you know? Maybe we'll add it later, but it seems like we're not going to add it. We're using modern JavaScript to support classes instead of creating objects or mutable functions. I don't know what it is, and according to this, don't need to worry about it. Great, perfect. Then you can put in the scene objects like preload and create functions can be put in the scene class. Awesome. That makes sense. Create game scene. Let's create a game scene to hold your game logic. All right. So we're going to use the hello world scene as a guide. I'm going to change the unique key in the character and delete any logic in the preload and create methods. Okay, so looks like we're going to create a new scene. So let's go over here, right click, new file, scene1.js. Yeah? Okay. Let's take all this, copy it, and paste it in here. And then we're going to get rid of everything that's in here because we don't need it. We're going to what do they call the game scene? We should rename it game scene. We should. Let's follow the rules here. Game scene. Okay. So game scene extends phaser.scene. Yep, that's right. Constructor should just have super game scene. Okay. Game-scene. And then everything else we can delete. Okay, great. Nice and clean. Save. I also have a habit of doing Command S to save files a lot, so it's a good habit just in case something craps out or your computer is as slow as mine, and then everything just shuts down and you lose everything that you did. Just save stuff. Okay, loading assets. Okay, we're using the same assets from the official Phaser guide. We can download them here. Okay, so we do have to go there. Let's go over there and download these assets. Oh, what do you know? You download it. Phaser tutorial zip. Let's open this up. Unzip it. Okay. Assets. Bomb, dude, platform. Okay. Let's copy this. Am I supposed to put it somewhere? Copy the assets folder into your project's public folder. Okay. So let's take this over here. Do I have a public folder? Do I have a public folder? Looks like we're creating a public folder. Should the public folder be up here? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. If it breaks, it breaks. Public. Okay. Let's shove these guys in here. Okay, awesome. Let's close this one. Okay. So public folder, source folder, scenes. Okay, let's keep that up there. Now we can preload assets we'll be using to create a background and start to see it in action. Okay, so game scene, preload. So I'm going to do this dot load dot image. So this dot load dot image. And then we're going to call this sky. and then it is assets/sky.png. Now, I'm actually really getting into the habit of reading ahead. Okay, this makes sense. We're gonna have to rename this assets. Okay. All right, tell you what. Let's just make sure this works. All right, let's save this. If we do anything else, don't think we need to care about the rest of this just yet. Might need this. Let's take that, create, okay. Let's see if we can do an npm start here. Oop, I have no clue what's wrong. That's okay. Let's keep going. For now, technically this should be the same code. Let's go ahead and take this over instead of typing it all out because it is the same format. Sky, asset sky, PNG, we have all of those. Okay, looks good. And we'll also take this starting. Okay, we need to add our game scene to the scene list before we can try this out. So we're going to update the main.js file. Okay, so main.js over here, and what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to import game scene from double single quotes scenes slash game scene. Okay. All right, so then we also want to add in gravity to 300 for some reason. Not sure why, probably just add it, I don't know. Game scene. Add that to the beginning here. Okay, same. That's fine. Okay. Notice we trained the gravity y value to 300 from 200 to match the official phaser guide. Move these references to hello world if you like. Okay. Do run start. Okay, so let's save this. npm run start. So we're probably going to have to figure out what the hell's going on over here. This sounds like a me problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here while I debug. So you guys have to go through this whole spiel on why. Give me a second. Okay, welcome back. So I figured out what happened. Seems like Parcel wasn't installed correctly. The way that I found that out was from running or trying to run npm start. Getting an error whenever we're trying to run Parcel source /index in HTML. So what I did was I just went ahead and reinstalled Parcel, especially because I tried to figure out what Parcel version it was at, and it said that Parcel was not found. So let's do npm install Parcel. It does its thing, and then what you can do should just work at that point. So now we're going to let's do an npm install. Again, just to be safe. It's always nice to make sure that everything is up to date. And then once that is done, we'll run the npm start and try to start up our local environment here. Okay, npm run start. Actually, run start or start, they both work, so it doesn't even matter. Let's start that up. Okay, it's running. Localhost 8000 server is running at. So open that up. And that's going to take a little bit of time to load because it's building, creating the build. Once that's done, we'll see over here. So it's loading up. And okay, so something loaded. Weird box. Not sure what that means. So let's go over here. So test our changes. We're opening terminal. Okay, so we want that. Be sure to do npm install. We did that. The browser, and you should see a blue background with a yellow star in the middle. That is not what we see. So why is that not what we see? Great question. Who knows? Let's think about this. How could we troubleshoot this? Okay, so it's probably have to do with where the assets are. Let's see. Okay. So leave that for now. Let's just figure out if I was going to say right click, copy relative path. What is the relative path? That is the relative path. Very interesting. Very interesting. Why would this not work? Phasers 3, okay. Phasers 3 parcel template / public. So, is there a public folder? Static message / public. See, let me add the development server. Let me see here. Maybe what we might need to do is build it. Let's do an npm build. See if that works. Now, a lot of times, I guess troubleshooting things is just try. This fixes it. We got the server running, so that works. You know, it didn't throw any errors, so it's not like we have any typos or syntax errors. It was definitely able to build. The only problem that we're facing right now is that the assets aren't loading up correctly. So hopefully we can figure out exactly what's going on over there. So rebuilding it, maybe that'll give us what we need, maybe not, I don't know. We'll have to see. So while this runs, I'm going to pause it at this stage and sit around watching this. Okay, so it just finished building, and we've got this nice little log error over here. It's not really an error, it's just a log. So static directory, blah, 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 / public does not exist. Okay, so that's a clue. Let's create a new folder. I'm going to call it public. Okay, and we're going to take our assets folder. We're going to dump it into the public folder. Nah? Yeah? Okay, so now we're going to do npm build. I'm going to try that again. No, sorry, npm run build. Okay, so that's going to do its thing again, and I'm going to pause it here because it takes a couple of minutes to run, and we'll resume as soon. Oh, well, never mind. That was fast. Let's see. I don't see any errors. All right, that's good. npm run start. YOLO, let's try it out. Let's see if it works. Build. Watching for changes in 5 static files. Go here. Hard refresh. Oh, hallelujah. Look at that. Okay, so what did we learn today? You need a public folder, and then you put your assets in there. And so I guess then when you're looking at the game scene or the scenes files, when you're referencing those images, assets / anything before that is going to be taken from the public folder. Hey, I didn't know that before. I just learned something. I hope you learned something. This is actually the end of part 1. So we're going to dive into part 2 in the next video. If you have any questions, please leave some comments in the video. We're always happy to get some feedback, answer questions, help out all the upcoming game makers. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Once again, I'm a guy called Joe. This has been the Ourcade Getting Started series between Phaser.js, Phaser 3, and modern JavaScript. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.